Sometimes the world screws you over and you don't have any choice but to deal with it. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. For example, there's absolutely no logical reason why shorts should cost the same as pants. But they do. And we as the consumer are expected to just shut up and deal with it.
Wow.
And that's the reality we live in. Well, here at Brooke and Jubal in the morning, we're embracing that mindset because honestly, there's no logical reason why we should be doing this next segment. But guess what? It's going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So why fight it? Just sit back and enjoy it. As we do a brand new edition of What's on Your Mind, where we go around the room and just ask each member of the show what they've been thinking about lately, and then we judge each other for it. So let's go around the room. Brooke, what's on your mind today?
Well, I think that I may need to check myself into rehab.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Brooke.
I know, it's heavy. I understand.
Coming in hot.
But I've
Very
got a
sad.
problem.
What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I've got a problem, and it's only getting worse, and that's that I'm addicted to looking at real estate on those stupid real estate apps.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Zillow, Redfin, it doesn't matter. I'm on all of them. I
Yeah.
spend so much time. I'm not in the market for a house. We're not
I
planning on
know.
moving in the next 10 years. I don't want to be a real estate agent. I think that sounds like an awful job full of weekend work and paperwork.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know
I
what
will
my
vouch.
issue is.
Yeah, you have definitely asked me many times before, like, hey, Jose, you want to check out this $8 million house?
Yes!
And I'm like, okay, are you buying this? You're like, no. Just
I do
look
the
at
same thing.
pictures.
I'll get on there for something,
Oh
and then
my
I'll just
God.
start looking at houses nonstop.
It is fun.
You guys-
the
It is.
dream,
I do
but
it multiple times a day.
That's bad.
And I use this more than I use like Instagram. And I look at everything from renovations. Ooh, is it worth the money? I don't know. Maybe I could talk them down $100,000. Like I go through the whole negotiation process in my head to complete other cities. Like, hey, this weekend, let's buy a log mountain house.
Yeah, just
What?
here.
Maybe
our
you should be
beach
a real
home.
estate
What?
agent. It sounds like it's your passion.
That's true.
No, the idea of being a real estate agent sounds horrible. I just want to buy the house myself.
Pretty soon it's
Maybe-
going to progress. You're going to start making offers.
And then
Yeah.
have someone pay me to renovate it and then move. Like, I want my own
you
HGTV
want to
show.
flip homes. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Maybe you need a
know,
real estate
man.
agent friend who you can share all this stuff with.
Yeah, anyone listening?
Guys, I don't know, but it's really getting to be a problem. I'm like not paying attention to my kids because mommy's looking at a 400 to 600,000 price range right now in a nice neighborhood.
Oh,
So
that's a steal.
I agree, rehab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Real estate rehab.
Yeah.
I think so.
my show.
Oh, no.
Wait, I think
we're
there's
helping.
already a name that. I think
Probably.
there's already one name that.
All right, Jose, what's on your mind today?
Well, as you guys know, I missed work the other day because the weather was just crazy, right? And my plan was to take an Uber, but like for the first time ever, absolutely no Ubers were picking up. It was like no one there. But what happened was I didn't realize this happens because every time I order Uber or Lyft, I get accepted and you go in. But apparently every time I hit request, it's taking that money as like a process out of my bank. And I didn't know that. And it's crazy surge prices. This was like $80 to $100 per ride.
So it's like.
So I'm sitting at home trying to get to work, saying request Lyft, request Uber, request, and then my bank calls me, and I answer the phone, and they're like, are you, making all these charges? And I'm like, what charges? I had charged $800 to my card in requesting Ubers and
Oh,
I
Lyfts.
didn't even
my
know that it
gosh.
takes money out right
Me
away.
neither. My bank
you
thought
get
someone
the-
stole my card.
Did you get the money back?
Well, it's been almost 48 hours and I have not gotten the money back. It still says processing.
Oh
it
my
has to
God.
reverse.
Yeah.
And I think Uber and Lyft just robbed me for trying to get to work.
They probably did. Maybe that's their new
Yeah.
thing.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
that
We don't
they
have
did
any
that.
drivers, but we will take your cash.
I look at my bank account and it does look like someone stole my card. It's like Lyft $90, Uber $90, Lyft $100, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. So what I'm saying is, Jubal, may I please borrow $800? That's what's on my mind.
Yeah.
If you let me charge $150,000 on your
Oh,
card.
there it is. Okay, we'll talk later.
All right, Jeff, what's on your mind?
I think my dad is a little bit insensitive, maybe.
Do what?
Well, the whole country's freezing right now, like record low temperatures all over the place. And I was talking to my dad the other day about it, and he decided to weigh in. And he was saying, -40 degrees isn't even that cold.
What?
Wait, this
Your
is
dad lives in L.A.
He lives in sunny California.
He wasn't always from LA. He was born somewhere else, and he was like, I've been in sub-zero temperatures before. People need to stop being such babies about it. They're blowing this out of proportion on the news. It's not that bad. And I was trying to talk to him. I'm like, Dad, some people have died. Like, don't you
Yeah,
think
they're
maybe
telling people not to breathe outside in the
Literally.
Midwest.
Like
It's-
-40 was worse than Antarctica.
I know. I'm like, it's pretty bad. Some people are not having a very easy time, and they's like, well, if they don't like it, they should move.
Yeah.
Don't complain. Move. Be active. It's not
active.
that big of a deal. And
He's
I'm like,
I
yeah.
grew up on Pluto,
Yeah.
so
I know.
I grew up on the ice planet.
So my dad's all angry about this. I don't know if he's being unreasonable or maybe
Yeah.
everyone's just being a baby about the cold. So
Yeah.
Maybe you're starting to see his light.
Maybe,
Like,
I-
maybe you're like, well, he does have a point.
I know I'm kind of coming
Maybe
onto
we should
his
all
side
just
now.
shut up and stop whining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just buy an extra jacket or something.
Yeah.
Suck it up.
Come on,
I
Yeah,
know.
back to
what do they
work.
make space heaters for?
Jubal, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Yeah, and
Still?
Like
specifically the fact that everybody keeps talking about how amazing it is that Tom Brady plays in the NFL at 41 years old
Yeah.
and just won a Super Bowl, and it's the most amazing feat anybody's ever done because physically it's so hard and mentally it's so tough. And you know what? Not really. Okay? He's 41 years old, so he's pretty old, and anybody who is in their 40s knows that as soon as you hit 40, everything starts to hurt, right? No matter what, you wake up with a backache, there's muscles that you've never even knew existed in your body that you're like, ow! Where'd that come from? Okay, so I get that he's probably sore, but he has trainers, he's got dietitians, he's got everything else, and he has all the money to retire whenever he wants. Because they're like,
True.
how much longer can Tom Brady go? He's not, listen, the tough part is being 40 years old and having to go to an office job with carpal tunnel syndrome every single day.
Perspective.
And you're that sore. And guess what? You still have to do it for another 25
So-
years, no matter what.
You're
It's
saying,
not
like-
how much longer can he go? It's like, I have to do this until my 401k is enough
Yeah.
where I can maybe live 10 years without having to work again.
Yeah.
So you're-
That's mental toughness. So if you're
true.
going into a job today where you're hurting and sore, know that you have to do it for another 25 years and know that you are a bigger champion than Tom Brady.
He can quit
He can
whenever
quit
wants.
whenever he wants. All right, text in 78592. What's on your mind this morning? Negative or positive? Get it off your chest. We'll talk about it right after this. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.